What if I told you that the difference between people who transform their lives and those who stay stuck isn't willpower, motivation, or even talent? It's what happens in the first 30 minutes after they open their eyes. I spent years trying to change my negative thought patterns, reading every self-help book, attending seminars, but nothing stuck until I discovered that our brains can rewire themselves through repeated thoughts, a phenomenon scientists call neuroplasticity. Today, I'm sharing a morning practice that transformed how I think and completely changed my confidence in myself and my relationships. But first, let me tell you about the years when nothing worked at all. For 15 years, I woke up every single morning with the same voice in my head. You're not good enough. You're behind everyone else. You'll probably mess up today too. I tried every mindset tool, books, seminars, even a pricey coach, but each morning the same doubts returned. Nothing worked. Every morning brought the same flood of worry and self-doubt. The second my eyes opened, my mind would start racing with all the things I needed to do, all the ways I might fail, and all the reasons why I wasn't where I thought I should be in life. I felt like I was drowning in my own thoughts before I even got out of bed. You probably know this feeling. Moment when consciousness returns and suddenly your mind fills with everything that's wrong or could go wrong. The weight of responsibilities crashes down on you. The voice that tells you you're not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough, starts its daily broadcast. It was my reality for over a decade. I tried traditional affirmations like everyone suggested. In front of the mirror saying I am confident and successful felt ridiculous when I clearly didn't believe it. The words felt empty and fake. Sometimes they made me feel worse. The gap between what I was saying and what I actually felt was so huge. Trying to convince myself the sky was green when I could clearly see it was blue. The more I forced myself to repeat positive statements, the more my mind would rebel, immediately counter with evidence of why those statements weren't true. I am worthy of success would trigger thoughts about all my past failures. I am confident would remind me of every time I felt scared or uncertain. Affirmations created more internal conflict instead of peace. I began to wonder if my brain's patterns were deeply ingrained, until I learned they're changeable. All these successful people talked about the power of positive thinking, but it seemed to work for everyone except me. The breaking point came on a Tuesday morning in March. I had been trying a new set of affirmations for 3 weeks with no change. I woke up feeling the familiar wave of anxiety and dread as I looked at myself in the bathroom mirror, attempting to say, I am powerful and in control of my life. I realized how disconnected I felt from those words. Off me like rain on a windshield. That's when I started questioning everything I had been taught about changing your thoughts. The problem wasn't what I was saying to myself. Maybe the problem was when I was saying it. Maybe timing was everything, and I had been trying to plant seeds in concrete instead of fertile soil. I began researching the science behind habit formation and neural pathways. What I discovered changed everything. Specific times when your brain is more open to new programs. There are windows when your subconscious mind is more receptive to change. There are moments when your mental defenses are naturally lowered, creating opportunities for real transformation. The research showed me that our brains exist in different states throughout the day. When we first wake up, we're transitioning between brainwave patterns. This transition creates a unique opportunity that most people completely miss. We're trying to change our thoughts, when our conscious mind is fully active and resistant, instead of working with our brain's natural rhythms. I learned that successful people throughout history have understood this instinctively. They've created morning practices that work with their brain's biology instead of against it. They've discovered that the first 30 minutes after waking are fundamentally different from any other time of day. During this window, your subconscious mind is still close to the surface, making it easier to install new beliefs and patterns. This discovery gave me hope for the first time in years. Maybe I wasn't broken. Maybe I wasn't one of those people who couldn't change. Maybe I had just been trying to transform my thoughts at the wrong time, in the wrong way, without understanding how my brain actually works. What if the difference between people who successfully change their lives and those who stay stuck isn't willpower or determination? What if it's simply understanding when your brain is most open to transformation? If there's a specific window each morning when your mind becomes like soft clay, to be reshaped. I realize that random positive thinking throughout the day is very different from intentional rewiring during optimal brain states. Affirmations spoken when your conscious mind is busy and distracted have little power compared to statements made when your subconscious is naturally receptive. This understanding became the foundation for everything that followed. Stop trying to force change through willpower alone. I began working with my brain's natural patterns. I discovered that timing, not willpower, held the secret, right when most of us are still half asleep. The science behind this timing reveals something remarkable about how our minds actually work. The brain exists in a completely different state during those first 30 minutes after you wake up. This isn't just my opinion. This is proven neuroscience that explains why morning affirmations work when random positive thinking fails. When you understand what's happening in your mind during this golden window, you approach personal transformation the same way again. Neuroscience shows there's a window as you wake when your mind is more open to suggestion, before your day's mental chatter returns. During this transition period, your subconscious mind is still active, while your conscious awareness is coming online, literally existing between two worlds of consciousness. During this early state, your mind processes information without the usual filters and defenses. Thinking isn't fully engaged yet. Your logical mind hasn't started analyzing and judging everything you think. It's an opening where new beliefs can slip past your mental guard and take root in your subconscious. More suggestible and open to change during this time. Think about it this way. Your conscious mind acts like a protective gatekeeper throughout the day. It questions new information. It compares everything to your existing belief. You were trying to reprogram your mind when it was least receptive to change. Now you know when your brain is most open to transformation. Now you can work with your natural rhythms instead of against them. Now that you know why this window exists, let's see how to harness it. But first you need to understand the difference between what most people call positive thinking and what actually creates lasting change in your brain. Here's the truth that changed everything for me. There's a huge difference between empty positive thinking and intentional neural rewiring. When you say, "I am successful," while your brain doesn't believe it, you're just creating noise. But when you understand how your brain actually changes, you can create real transformation at the cellular level. Psychologists call this process neuroplasticity. Your brain literally rewires with each repeated thought. This means your brain can form new connections throughout your entire life. Every thought you think creates pathways in your brain. Every emotion you feel strengthens certain connections. Every belief you hold exists as physical pathways in your neural network. This isn't wishful thinking. This is proven science. Repeated thoughts deepen neural grooves. New thoughts can forge new grooves only if repeated with feeling. Think of your thoughts like paths through a forest. The more you walk the same route, the clearer and easier that path becomes. Most frequent thoughts create the strongest pathways. Your most repeated beliefs become the easiest roads for your mind to travel. If you've spent years thinking, "I'm not good enough," you've built a superhighway for that belief. The brain can access that thought quickly and easily. It feels natural and automatic. But here's what most people don't realize. You can build new highways. You can create stronger pathways for better thoughts. You can literally rewire your brain through repetition. This is why generic affirmations often fail. Saying, "I am successful," doesn't target your specific limiting beliefs. The real block is, "I don't deserve good things." Then general success statements won't address the root problem. Your brain will reject them because they don't match your core programming. You need personalized affirmations that speak directly to your specific blocks. Let me explain why resistance to affirmations is actually a good sign. Start saying new positive statements about yourself. Old neural pathways fight back. Your brain is comfortable with familiar thought patterns, even negative ones. When you introduce new beliefs, your mind creates resistance because change feels threatening to your nervous system. But this resistance means the process is working. Your brain is actively engaging with the new information. The discomfort you feel is your old neural pathways weakening while new ones start forming. When you encounter these fears or doubts, don't try to ignore them or push them away. Instead, gently acknowledge them and say, "Thank you for showing up, but I choose to believe something different." When you speak an affirmation with real emotion, your brain's reward centers tag it as important. Your brain forms stronger connections when your affirmations carry genuine feeling. If you just recite words without emotion, you're not activating the brain's reward system. But when you speak your affirmations with sincerity and passion, you're reinforcing new pathways with powerful neurochemicals. It's not just about saying the words, believing them. Your feelings tell your brain that this information is important. Feelings create the chemical environment that supports new neural growth. When you repetition with genuine emotion, you're giving your brain everything it needs to create lasting change. No matter how fast you notice change, the key is showing up every day. Your brain needs repeated exposure to new information to form strong neural pathways. Change comes in waves, not in a straight line. You might feel different one day and struggle the next. This is normal. Your brain is learning new patterns while unlearning old ones. Consistency matters more than perfection in rewiring your brain. You don't need to practice affirmations perfectly every single day. Missing a day here and there won't ruin your progress. What matters is showing up regularly over time. Even imperfect practice creates cumulative effects that lead to lasting change. Your personal blocks are directly connected to specific neural patterns in your brain. If you believe, "I'm not worthy," that belief exists as physical pathways in your neural network. These pathways formed through repeated negative experiences and self-talk over many years. But they're not permanent. You can intentionally change them. Personalized affirmations target these specific neural patterns by providing positive messages that challenge your existing beliefs. When you consistently repeat, "I am worthy of love and success," you're building new pathways that compete with the old negative ones. Over time, the positive pathways become stronger than the negative ones. This transformation happens at the cellular level inside your brain. When you repeat affirmations, stimulate the formation of new neural connections. You strengthen existing positive pathways. You create physical changes in your brain's architecture. It goes far beyond surface-level positive thinking. Understanding this science changes everything about how you approach personal growth. Realize that transformation isn't about willpower or motivation. It's about working with your brain's natural ability to change and grow throughout your entire life. But knowing the science is only the beginning. Real power comes when you create affirmations that speak directly to your unique challenges and limiting beliefs. The first step in creating powerful affirmations is finding your specific limiting beliefs. Treat your mind as a garden. Every weed you find for removal. To listen to the voice in your head. What does it tell you about yourself? Negative thoughts show up most often. Beliefs hide in your daily self-talk. They whisper things like, "I'm not smart enough," or "I don't deserve good things," or "I always mess up." You might not notice them because they feel so normal. But these thoughts are running your life. I want you to spend one day paying attention to your inner voice. Down every negative thing you think about yourself. These thoughts, just notice them. You might be surprised by how mean you are to yourself. People would never talk to a friend the way they talk to themselves. Negative statements are your limiting beliefs, blocks that keep you stuck. Once you know your specific blocks, you can create targeted affirmations. Each negative belief needs its own positive statement. If you think, "I'm not good enough," your affirmation becomes, "I am worthy and enough just as I am." If you believe, "I don't deserve success," you say, "I deserve all the good things life offers." This approach works because you are speaking to your exact problem. Your affirmations must feel authentic to you. Generic statements like, "I am successful," might not connect with your heart. But when you create personal affirmations that address your real struggles, something shifts. You are speaking directly to the part of you that needs healing. You yourself, the medicine your soul requires. Making affirmations feel real starts with accepting that they might feel strange at first. When you say, "I am worthy of love," your brain might laugh at you. That's normal. Years believing the opposite. Your needs time to accept this new truth. The key is to keep saying your affirmations even when they feel awkward. Planting seeds that will grow over time. Present tense language programs your subconscious mind in a special way. When you say, "I am confident," your brain hears this as a current reality. Your subconscious doesn't question whether it's true, it simply accepts the information and starts creating that reality. But if you say, "I will be confident," your brain puts that goal in the future. It never becomes real in this moment. Your subconscious mind lives in the present. It responds to what you tell it right now. When you use present tense language, you are giving your subconscious clear instructions. You want to start this practice ideally within the first half hour of waking up. Your brain is most open to change during this golden window. If you wait too long, your conscious mind becomes active. Your mental defenses go up. The magic of this practice depends on catching your brain in its most receptive state. First, Create a sacred space for your transformation. This doesn't need to be elaborate or expensive. Find a quiet corner of your home where you can sit peacefully. You might choose a chair by a window, a cushion on the floor, or even a spot outside if weather permits. What matters is that this space feels safe and supportive to you. Make sure you won't be disturbed during your practice. Your sacred space signals to your mind that something important is about to happen. You return to this same spot each morning. Your brain recognizes the pattern. It begins to prepare for transformation even before you start your affirmations. Physical consistency supports the mental changes you are creating. Begin your practice with deep breathing. This technique calms your nervous system and deepens your connection to your subconscious mind. Do a few deep belly breaths until you feel calm. Inhale slowly, exhale fully. Focus only on the sensation of breathing. Let your thoughts settle. You are preparing your mind to receive new programming. This breathing creates a bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. Nervous system relaxes. Your brain waves slow down. You enter a state of calm receptivity. This is where real change begins to happen, creating the perfect conditions for your affirmations to take root. Now comes the visualization component that makes your affirmations emotionally powerful. Your eyes. Picture yourself already living the truth of your affirmations. If you are affirming, "I am confident and capable," see yourself walking tall, speaking clearly, handling challenges with ease. Images as vivid as possible. Emotions of success. Experience the joy of being the person you want to become. Visualizing success fires the same brain networks as real experience, making your affirmations more believable. When you see yourself succeeding in your mind, your brain begins to believe this success is real. You are literally programming your subconscious with images of your desired reality. These mental movies become blueprints that guide your actions throughout the day. Next, speak your personal affirmations out loud. Statements you created for your specific limiting beliefs. Affirmation 3 times with genuine feeling. Let the words resonate in your heart. Speak them mechanically. Believe them. Fill your entire being with positive energy. Speaking your affirmations aloud makes them more powerful than thinking them silently. Your ears hear the words. Your mouth forms the sounds. Your whole body participates in creating this new reality. You are using multiple senses to reinforce these positive messages in your mind. Complete your practice by spending a few minutes noting 3 things you're grateful for and any insights in your journal. Thanks for simple blessings, like having a roof over your head, food to eat, or people who care about you. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. Affirmations in a dedicated notebook. Add any thoughts, feelings, or insights that came up during your practice. Distance you experienced. Victories or positive changes you notice in your thinking. This combination of gratitude and journaling creates powerful, positive emotions while making your transformation tangible. You can see how your mindset evolves over time. You can identify patterns and celebrate growth. It's proof that change is happening, even when progress feels slow. Even tiny shifts in your morning routine can lead to huge changes over time. When you consistently tell yourself, "I am capable of handling any challenge," you develop real resilience. Difficult situations that once overwhelmed you become manageable problems to solve. You stop panicking when things go wrong. You trust yourself to find solutions. You bounce back faster from setbacks. This practice helps you maintain strength during challenging situations. When you face problems at work, your morning affirmations remind you of your worth. When relationships get difficult, you remember that you deserve respect. When money feels tight, you recall that you are worthy of abundance. Your affirmations become an anchor that keeps you steady during storms. You become the observer of your mind, catching doubts before they spiral. Begin to notice your thought patterns throughout the day. You catch yourself when negative self-talk starts. You can choose different thoughts in real time. This awareness gives you power to change patterns that no longer serve you. You start treating yourself with more kindness and compassion. You speak to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend. You forgive yourself faster when you make mistakes. You celebrate small victories instead of focusing only on what went wrong. Gentle approach to yourself. It's a foundation of self-love that supports all other areas of growth. Your work performance improves when you start each day with positive programming. Approach projects with confidence. You speak up with good ideas. You handle criticism without taking it personally. You see challenges as opportunities to grow instead of threats to avoid. Workers enjoy being around your positive energy. Opportunities for advancement open up naturally. Decision-making becomes easier when you trust yourself more. You know what feels right for you. You make choices based on your values instead of fear. You trust your intuition. Calculated risks that lead to growth. Second-guessing every decision because you believe in your ability to handle whatever comes. This practice becomes easier and more natural over time. Once felt forced, becomes automatic. Brain begins to crave this positive start to your day. You wake up looking forward to your affirmation practice. The words feel true instead of strange. You embody the truth of who you are becoming with each passing day. Long-term transformation happens when 30 minutes becomes a non-negotiable habit. You make this commitment to yourself sacred. Even on busy days, you find time for abbreviated practice. You feel resistant, you show up anyway. Consistency creates lasting change. This level of your being. If you make this habit your priority, you'll feel the momentum for yourself. See yourself in a new light. You treat yourself with the love you deserve. You create a life that reflects your worth. The question now is whether you're ready to take the first step. Tomorrow morning, everything changes when you commit to this practice. Right now, say out loud, "Start tomorrow with my new ritual." Affirmation starts with this simple commitment. Place your journal by the bed, pick your spot, and set your alarm. Small to ensure you follow through. Choose your sacred space where you will practice each day. Write down your personal affirmations before you sleep so they are ready for you. In the first weeks, you will feel different energies moving through your life. Some days you will feel amazing. Other days you might struggle with old patterns. This is normal and expected. Be patient with yourself as your mind learns new ways of thinking. Remember, morning is an act of self-love. You deserve this time to grow. If you found this helpful, tap the like button and subscribe for more mindful tools to support your journey. It often rejects ideas that don't match what you already think about yourself. But in those first minutes of waking, this gatekeeper is still sleepy. The gate is open. New thoughts and beliefs can enter without facing the usual resistance. Research shows that your subconscious mind is most receptive to new programming during the transition from sleep to wakefulness. Your neural pathways are more flexible during this time. Your brain is literally more changeable. New patterns can form more easily. Old patterns haven't fully activated yet. You have a window of opportunity that closes once your day begins and mental chatter increases. Most of the day, your mind is like hardened soil, firmly rooted in old beliefs. But in those first minutes, it's soft ground, ready for new ideas. During most of the day, your beliefs are fixed. Your thought patterns are established. Your mental soil is hard and resistant to change. But in the morning, your mind is soft and receptive. The soil of your consciousness has been naturally prepared for new growth. Early morning shifts in your brain's chemistry also create optimal conditions for transformation during this window. The brain is primed to absorb and remember new information. When you combine morning affirmations with these natural rhythms, you're working with your brain's chemistry instead of against it, using your body's natural patterns to support change. As your day progresses, this golden window begins to close. Conscious mind becomes fully active. Your mental defenses go up. Your analytical thinking kicks in. Your to-do list starts running through your head. External stimuli demand your attention. Your phone notifications pull you into reactive mode. Soft, receptive state of early morning transforms into the busy, distracted state of daily life. By mid-morning, your brain has shifted into active thinking mode. This state is necessary for daily functioning. It makes your mind less open to new programming. Your thoughts become more rigid. Beliefs become more fixed. Mental soil hardens again. This explains why evening affirmations, while beneficial, don't have the same transformative power as morning practice. You've spent the entire day in analytical mode. Your mind has been judgmental for hours. Your mental defenses are fully activated. Your subconscious is less accessible. You're trying to plant seeds in soil that has hardened throughout the day. Evening affirmations can still be helpful for relaxation and positive thinking. They can help you end your day on a good note. But they're not as effective for deep subconscious reprogramming. They don't have access to the same receptive brain state that exists in the morning. It makes all the difference in how deeply your affirmations can penetrate. This explains why successful people throughout history have protected their morning time. They instinctively understood that how you start your day determines everything that follows. They created morning routines not because they were disciplined, but because they recognized the power of this natural window for transformation. They worked with their brain's biology instead of against it. Successful entrepreneurs often wake up early to meditate, journal, or plan their day. Athletes use morning visualization to improve performance. Artists and creators protect their morning hours for inspiration and flow states. They all understand that the morning mind is different from the daytime mind. This difference to their advantage. When you understand this science, everything changes about how you approach personal growth. You stop trying to force positive thoughts throughout the day when your mind is resistant. You stop getting frustrated when random affirmations don't work. Instead, your energy on that precious morning window when your brain is naturally prepared for change. This is your breakthrough moment. The reason your previous attempts at positive thinking didn't work wasn't because you were doing it wrong. You were at the wrong time. On rough mornings, even 10 minutes can shift your mindset. Consistency matters more than perfection. The minimum version includes 2 minutes of breathing, 5 minutes of affirmations with visualization, and 3 minutes of gratitude and journaling. Quality matters more than quantity. Even a shortened practice creates positive changes when done consistently. You will face obstacles in maintaining this practice. Some mornings you won't feel like doing it. You might oversleep or feel too busy. On difficult days, remember why you started this journey. Show up for yourself, even when it feels hard. What matters is coming back to your practice with kindness toward yourself. This morning ritual becomes easier with time. Your brain begins to crave this positive start to your day. Your body naturally wakes up ready for transformation. What once felt forced becomes natural. What once required effort becomes automatic. You are creating a habit that serves your highest good. When you commit to this practice, you are investing in your future self. You are planting seeds of positive change that will bloom throughout your life. But here's what I discovered that surprised me most about this morning ritual. The changes ripple through every moment that follows. Morning affirmations don't just stay in those first 30 minutes. Flow through your entire day like ripples in water. Each positive thought you plant in the morning grows stronger as the hours pass. Mind carries these seeds of change into every conversation, every decision, every moment of your day. Each morning, you deposit positive energy. Over time, your emotional bank account overflows. A bit like making a deposit in your emotional bank account every morning. This energy builds on itself. A good morning creates a good day. Days create good weeks. Good weeks create good months. Before you know it, your entire life begins to shift in beautiful ways. Your changed morning thoughts lead to different actions throughout your day. When you affirm, "I am confident and capable," you walk differently. Speak up in meetings, you try new things. When you tell yourself, "I deserve good things," you make choices that honor your worth. You say no to situations that drain you. You say yes to opportunities that light you up. I have seen this transformation in my own life countless times. After affirming, "I am worthy of love and respect," I found myself setting boundaries with people who treated me poorly. I started asking for what I needed instead of hoping others would guess, and choosing relationships that supported my growth in settling for less. Actions flowed naturally from the new beliefs I was building each morning. People around you begin responding differently when your energy and self-talk shift. Others can sense the love and respect you have for yourself. Offer this back to you in their treatment of you. When you believe you are worthy, people treat you as worthy. When you carry yourself with confidence, others respond with respect. Confidence naturally attracts supportive people. Your family members notice changes in your mood and energy. Your coworkers see you handling stress with more grace. Meant that you seem happier and more peaceful. These shifts happen naturally as your inner world transforms. You are not trying to impress anyone or pretend to be different. You are simply becoming the person your affirmations describe. The momentum effect shows how small morning changes create bigger life transformations. In waves, not in a straight line. Some feel amazing. Other days you struggle. This is normal and expected. Is that you keep showing up for yourself. Practice builds on the last one, creating unstoppable momentum toward the life you desire.